So, Miguel, you never answered my question.
Who the hell has the nerve to call these directions?
No. Why are you still in Harmony? Why aren't you back to your search for Charity? I mean, she is the love of your life, right?
I thought she was.
Okay, you said she was. Now you're saying she isn't?
No, I guess it's just starting to sink in that Charity is a lost cause. I mean, she obviously doesn't want me to find her. Every time I get close, she always disappears.
You know, if you love Charity, you'll keep searching for whether she wants to be found or not.
You're right. I would. So I guess I must not love Charity anymore.
Is it because you're falling in love with Kay?
Okay, look at Fox and Miguel out there putting up the girls' swing set. Oh, there's so much hard, young flesh out there. They remind me of Romulus and Remus building Rome together. They were hard workers, those two, you know, but deplorable table manners. Anyone would think they'd been raised by wolves. Oh, of course they were raised by wolves.
How many of those martinis have you had?
Enough to ask you a hypothetical question, my dear. If the world was going to end tonight, who would you rather go out with, Fox or Miguel?
Lena insisted that we drop everything and meet her here, and now she's a no-show.
I'm sure she's gonna show up.
I hate this. I hate her, too.
Please try to make the best out of a bad situation.
Bad? Maya, this is so far past bad. Look, the FBI is pressuring us into posing as a couple to help keep Fancy safe from Lena.
Well, so far it's working.
Yeah, great. Fancy still hates me. God, I really thought I could get through to her when we saw her at her office, but then she got that phone call and she rushed out. I wonder what's making Fancy so upset.
Fancy. Hey, I just dropped off my part of the quarterly report. Beautiful. Being that fashion's my thing, you really shouldn't wear a coat like that this time of year. Yeah. I got cold. Well, wearing clothes under your coat might help.
Going to see Ethan naked certainly didn't.
Do you feel better?
Yeah, at least I'm not still covered in motor oil from falling in the garage. Of course, Teresa couldn't stop laughing at my expense. I hate her so much.
No. Look, I'm gonna go get Jane from Mrs. Henderson. I thought we could have a little playtime before story time, okay?
Ethan, no, I don't think so. Look, I didn't say anything in front of Teresa because there is no way in hell I would ever let her see me jealous. But you're not going anywhere until you explain to me why I found you kissing Teresa in the garage.
Gwen, I was pulling away from her, and she wouldn't let me go.
You and all your muscles, you big, strong guy, you couldn't push that little slut away?
Honey, look, I'm not gonna push or shove any woman to the ground.
Why is it that you always have an excuse when it comes to Teresa? I mean, tell me why that is. Because, you know, the second she started putting the moves on you, why didn't you just tase her with the jumper cables and finish her off with the tire iron?
This is so difficult and so painful, but it's something that I have to do. I have to tell you the truth.
The truth?
Luis, a lot has changed since you've been gone. It's time that I told you everything now.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
You do?
Yeah. I've had my suspicions for a while now. And then James's babysitter spilling the beans about Chris's woman clinched it.
I was afraid of that.
I asked Chris about this woman in his life.
And I said it was true.
Chris told me how he fell in love with this woman after his wife died in the tsunami, and how James grew to fall in love with this woman as well. And that's where your big announcement comes in. And, you know, it threw me at first that you wanted to talk to both of us about it, but then I thought about Chris's special situation and how close the two of you are, and it all made sense.
My God, you really have figured it out.
Yeah. Your announcement is about us being married and Chris.
Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.
Luis, about us being married and Chris.
I knew that something was up between the two of you. The looks, the whispering. And then when James's babysitter said that Chris had fallen in love with someone that I knew, narrowed things down a bit.
I'm sure it did.
Truth is, there's only one woman it could be. Dottie.
What?
Yeah, the woman who ran Marty's DNA test, your friend from Boston.
What?
Sure. I'm a detective. I figure stuff out all the time. Chris met Dottie, fell in love with her. She's from a well-to-do family, so they probably wanted to have a big wedding, and he started talking to Chris, and now you want that too.
Luis, you got this all wrong.
I'm not saying that you convinced Sharon to have a big wedding. Just saying you were talking to her about it, so she was thinking about it. And the truth that you've been talking to me about, that's us being married. And I know you're happy with that. It's just you want things to be the way that we originally planned them before things went haywire.
Luis, about us being married.
I want that too. But I don't want to wait too long, okay?
Look, I really wish you would sit down so I could clarify
I've been
things.
looking at the calendar.
Luis, sit down and just listen to Sheridan.
I think the end of May is good. You?
You know, I can actually see your mind racing. I can see you trying to come up with an excuse. I mean, any excuse for why you didn't try to escape Teresa.
Listen, when you get upset like this, there's nothing I can say that will appease you.
Well, I wouldn't be so upset if I hadn't caught you kissing Teresa.
Honey, I told you I was pushing her away.
Why did you let her get so close to you in the first place?
I was trying to take the damn hinges off the door. I turned around, she was right there.
Look, I know Teresa has the morals of a crack whore, but you? Ethan, why didn't you lock yourself in a car until she left? Why didn't you just douse her with gasoline and light her on fire, you know? No, you just let her go on with her seduction.
I thought I could reason with her.
Right. So that didn't work. Why didn't you just call the police and tell them you were being held hostage by some crazed naked psycho or something?
Honey, my cell phone was in my suit and there wasn't a phone in the garage, okay?
Okay, well, what about the window? If I could bust in, you sure as hell could have busted out and escaped her, but you didn't. You stayed there with Teresa. You kissed her, you touched her, you let her touch you. How could you do that, Ethan? You're married.
I kept telling her that very thing, Gwen.
Did a lot of good, huh?
She tried to seduce me, Gwen. She did. And you know what? It didn't work. It didn't happen. And it's because I stayed true to you.
So the end justifies everything else that happened? You didn't leave, Ethan. You stayed there with her. You stayed there with Teresa. She was naked. You touched her. You let her kiss you. You kissed her. You did everything but take her on the hood of a car.
Should not be doing this.
Oh, no. No one is here. No one will know. And you want to as much as I do.
What, and I'm just supposed to say, good boy, and be really proud of you for doing that? I mean, what is wrong with you? Why are you trying to defend the indefensible? Ethan, are you still in love with her? I mean, is that it? Do you still love Teresa?
So I went to Ethan, and I tried to get him away from Gwen again.
By seducing him.
I thought it was a good idea at the time.
But it didn't work.
No. As usual, he said he's gonna stay married to Gwen. But I swear, Fancy, he was so close to giving in to his love for me when Gwen came barging through the window like super bitch to the rescue.
Hey, don't call Gwen names. She is Ethan's wife, and she loves him.
You know what? Gwen has got Ethan so whipped. When he had the chance to choose between us again, he chose to stay married to her.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Ethan loves Gwen, and he takes his marriage vows seriously.
Fancy, he married her because she was pregnant. And he stays with her out of guilt and out of obligation.
Teresa, the point is, Ethan has stayed with Gwen. And if your all-out attempt to win him back didn't work, I doubt anything will.
Please don't say that.
Maybe it's for the best. Maybe you were right before. We shouldn't chase after men who don't put us first.
No, Ethan does put me first. He puts me first in his heart. He just can't seem to bring himself to make the break with Gwen.
Well, shouldn't you respect Ethan for that? Be glad he's an honorable man?
I am glad he's an honorable man. It's just that I believe that if you love someone and they love you back, then you shouldn't let anyone or anything keep you apart. It's like you and Noah. You two belong together.
No. I may still love Noah, but he has made it all too clear he loves Maya. And you know what? She can have him.
Still kills me to think that Fancy believes I don't love her.
It could kill her to know that you do.
I just wish I could find a way to tell her the truth, you know, so that she wouldn't hate me.
But you can't. At least not yet.
Because we made a deal with the FBI to pose as a couple to keep Fancy safe, and if we went back on our deal, then Fancy would be in even more danger than she was to start, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I know, thank you. God, I hate this.
There you both are.
Lena. Hi, how's it going? What do you want this time?
You know perfectly well what I want. You and Maya have to find my partner's killer and recover what the killer stole from the trunk that night.
Okay, tell us what to do and we'll do it.
Go home, make sure your passports are in order, and pack for a long trip.
Where are you sending us?
I'll let you know at a time and place of my choosing. Just be ready to go on a moment's notice.
Hey, look, I don't like being jerked around, lady. Tell us where you're sending us.
Let me say this one more time, Noah Bennett. You can't win. You have no idea who you're dealing with. But let me assure you, if you don't do as I say, you and Maya and your ex, Fancy Crane, will all end up dead.
Okay, first you say you love Charity, now you say you don't?
I guess not.
I guess not. I thought Charity was the great love of your life.
Charity was my soulmate, and I thought it was hers. We were all set to get married when Kay told me I'd gotten her pregnant.
Which was true.
Look, I know it sounds lame, okay, but I thought I was making love to Charity.
You're right. That sounds lame.
I'm still not sure what happened. But Charity eventually forgave me, and we were back on track. Then she freaked out and left town.
Just like that?
Just like that. So I took off to find her, and I came close a bunch of times, but at the very last second, she'd always disappear, as if by magic. She obviously doesn't want me to find her. So Charity must not love me anymore. But I know a beautiful babe who does. Maria. My daughter loves me. And being back home has reminded me of how much I love her. There's no point in loving Charity if she doesn't love me, right?
Are you eavesdropping on Fox and Miguel?
Indeed I am, dear. Miguel just told Fox that he's had it with Charity's intercontinental game of hide and seek.
Yeah, well, that was you keeping them apart.
Yes, of course. So they wouldn't make whoopee, baking us Darksiders in the process. It's thanks to me that Miguel is back here and yours for the taking.
I'm engaged to Fox.
So J-Lo was engaged to Ben Affleck and dumped him for Mark Antony.
Why are you pushing me to be with Miguel?
I'm not doing anything of the sort. You said yourself that if Miguel had come home sooner, you two might be together by now.
But he didn't.
But he's here now.
And I love Fox now, and I'm getting married.
But, Kay, he's your first love. He's the father of your child.
Tabitha, Miguel loves Charity.
Not according to what I just heard. Miguel told Fox that he's given up on Charity.
He did?
Yes, just now.
Finally.
So that means that Miguel's heart is open for new love.
He did say that we would have been together if it hadn't been for Charity.
Yes, my witchly intuition tells me that that still holds true.
The big one. You are my passion for life.
Agent Morrison, Bennett, and Chin are here.
I take it you've two made contact with the Dragon Lady?
She met us on the wharf.
Good. She's getting anxious to get going. What does she want you to do?
We're not really sure.
She asked us to get our passports and pack for a long trip.
Where is she sending you?
We're not sure. I tried to get her to tell us, but let's just say she kept me at arm's length.
Lena did say we had to be ready to leave at a moment's notice, though.
Then you will be.
There's one problem. I think my passport's actually expired.
Can't chance it. Have a new passport issued to Mr. Bennett right away. Tell State it's priority 1.
I'm on it.
Anything else?
No.
Actually, can I have a pen and a piece of paper?
What for?
I thought I'd write a list of what clothes to pack.
You're being sarcastic, I hope.
Just give me what I asked for, please. Now. Thank you.
This is official stationery, Bennett.
Great, thank you. It's perfect. All right. I'm gonna write a letter to Fancy, and I want you guys to give it to her if anything happens to me. I figure that once I'm dead, it's not gonna matter if Fancy finds out that my being with Maya was just an act. That I did it to keep Fancy safe. Because I love her. I love her more than my own life.
I think you're wrong about Noah. I don't think he would ever intentionally hurt you.
You didn't see him in bed with Maya. They were making love like their lives depended on it. Ask Noah's father if you don't believe me. Sam was there. He was as shocked as I was.
No, Fancy, I totally believe you. I really do. I just think it's really out of character for Noah to act this way. You know, when he was growing up, he used to worship my brother Luis. And Luis, he would never disrespect women. And on top of that, you told me that he risked his life so many times to save yours.
Yeah, well, now he's saving himself for Maya.
I don't know. Yeah, but if you are right, I think he's an idiot for not seeing how incredible you are.
Thanks. I know I've dated my share of Eurotrash and low-end royalty, but those men dumped their women to be with me. I never had a man dump me to be with another woman.
It hurts, doesn't it? Okay, this is, no. Do you ever wish that you were a witch? So you could cast a spell on the man that you love and get rid of all the obstacles that get in the way of you being together?
No, I don't. Why would I want to trick a man into loving me if he really loves someone else?
Well, don't ask me that one. You can ask Gwen.
Gwen, trust me. I am angry at Teresa, okay?
Oh, so you gave her a tongue lashing with your tongue down her throat?
For the last time, she kissed me, all right?
Oh, okay, and that scrawny little slut pulled big, strong you into an inescapable lip lock.
Pretty much, yeah.
Please do not insult my intelligence. She kissed you, and you kissed her back instead of throwing her skinny butt right out the window.
Honey, I'm never gonna physically attack any woman, all right? Even Teresa.
Why? Why not? After everything she's done to us, why would you care if you hurt her? She killed our daughter and our unborn son, and she almost killed you. What, have you just forgiven her for that?
No, I don't.
But you do still love her.
I've never lied to you. I'm not about to start right now. Yes, I have feelings for her. I almost married her, Gwen.
And now you're sorry that you married me instead.
May's a great time to get married. We can have it outside if you want, Sheridan. We can even do it here. It's beautiful here that time of year.
Luis.
St. Margaret Mary's Church, then. Third time's a charm, right?
Luis, Sheridan's trying to tell you something.
Sheridan, if you're worried about money, don't. Okay? You spend as much as you want. My days of worrying about us trying to live on my salary are over, okay? Life's too short to argue about money. We could invite both our families. And Papa, you know, who he brings as anyone's guest. You can invite your society friends. I'll have all my buddies from down in the force. And then Chris, James, and Dottie.
Luis.
I'm gonna call the church right now, right? I'm gonna see if they can reserve a time for us.
Luis, don't.
Why not? I know it's short notice, but Sheridan, I'm sure that people clear their calendars for us.
Luis, it's not that.
Well, what is it then?
Damn it, Sheridan, just tell him.
You don't speak to my wife that way, okay?
Luis. I'm not your wife.
You're not my wife? You're my significant other, you life partner.
I'm not your wife because we weren't really married in Hawaii. It was all an act.
You think I could have Miguel if I still wanted him?
Yes, Kay, yes, I do.
He's so cute.
Okay, but even if he has given up on Charity, that doesn't mean he's fallen in love with me.
Well, why else would Miguel be living under our roof?
To be near Maria. I mean, he told me he made a mistake going away and chasing after Charity, and he should have been here helping me raise her. The only reason he's here, Tabitha, is because he doesn't want to miss out on any more time with Maria. That's it.
Yeah. You think that's all there is to it, do you?
I do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to make a snack for Fox and Miguel. Okay. They've got to be hungry by now, huh?
imagine Fox and Miguel are very hungry. Hungry for Kay and Kay's love.
I'm guessing you're over Charity and being over Charity are two totally different things. And if you love Charity the way I've heard you do, those feelings don't just go away overnight. I mean, don't you miss Charity's touch? The way she feels?
I did. But it's been so long. Things are different now that I'm home.
Yeah, if you say so. Look, all I know is that I love Kay the way you say you used to love Charity. And if Kay ever ran away from me, I'd go out there and find her and bring her back home. And I wouldn't quit until I did that. But I guess that's the difference between us, Miguel. Nothing could ever make me stop loving Kay. No way, no how.
Gwen, I'm not the least bit sorry that I married you. I love you. You're the woman I want to be with, and I don't know what more I can say about that. Did I make a mistake at the garage when Teresa was coming on to me? Yes, I did, Gwen. You know, I shouldn't have tried to reason with her. I should have just gotten as much distance between her and I as I could.
Ethan, you were kissing her. You were kissing her. What would have happened had I not crashed your little party?
Honey, what you saw, I'm sorry, it was not the first time that she has thrown herself at me.
Oh, well. Woo! Boy, does that make me feel better.
Listen, I didn't give in to her. I did not give in to temptation. Because I love you, and I wanted to stay true to you, and because I want to take care of you and Jane.
Can I tell you how sick to death I am of this? Ethan, how many times has Teresa made us both question your love for me? How many times have you sworn that it's me that you want, but it's only after I find you with her?
Honey, look, I have a job now. You know, cars are a passion of mine. I feel like I've really lucked out this time. Because I'm one step closer to being able to provide for you and for our family. And you can quit working.
And what about Teresa?
Well, hopefully, after debasing and humiliating herself today, she'll understand that if this little stunt didn't work, nothing will.
Yeah, right. Teresa is gonna come between us until the day she dies. I give you snaps for being so focused. Everything you've done since Ethan graduated law school has been to have a life with him.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know, I've been very close to getting him back, and sooner or later, he will be mine.
Well, if that works for you, fine, but I wouldn't want a man I could only get by manipulation or magic. I want a man who loves me as much as I love him. No trickery required.
But Fancy, Ethan does love me like that. He just cannot bring himself to break his wedding vows and leave Gwen.
Teresa, that's why they call them vows. Once you make them, you're not supposed to break them.
And normally I would agree with you, but Ethan married Gwen for all the wrong reasons. And every time he gets so close to righting that wrong, Gwen plays the I'm barren because of you and Teresa card, and he stays with her. But Fancy, one of these days, he's gonna see her for the liar that she is. And then he's gonna dump her like toxic waste and come back to me.
I hope you're not being naive.
I'm not. I'm being true to my heart and what I know is in Ethan's. Love's gonna find a way, Fancy. It always does.
Well, at least you have all this to keep you busy till then.
Busy, yes. Happy? No. Because everything that Alistair has, all the money, all the power, doesn't mean a thing. I'll be out that door in running shoes when Ethan comes back to me. I just really want to be a family with him, little Ethan, and Jane.
I hadn't gotten around to thinking family with Noah. But I had thought about our life together. It was nice. Being without him isn't.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. It's just that I thought I finally found everything I wanted in a man in Noah, but I was wrong. I may still want him, but he doesn't want me.
Noah, slow down. I hardly keep up with you.
We leave. Lena calls us again to meet us back here again. I feel like a damn volleyball being smacked back and forth between the feds and Lena. I wish she would just tell us what she wants us to do so that we can do it and get on with our lives.
Yours and Fancy's.
God, I love her so much, Maya. I cannot lose Fancy over this.
Keep your voice down. Someone could be listening.
All right. But I hate this more and more every second.
Hate what, Noah?
You, sneaking up on us.
But it makes it so much easier to eavesdrop.
Jim, what are you saying? We got married in Hawaii. I brought in the justice of the peace myself to surprise you.
I was surprised, all right. And so touched that you would think of us after you came so close to dying. But that's why I went along with it. That's why I pretended to marry you. I didn't want to upset you so much that it would send your recovery into a tailspin.
What you telling me now that we're not married isn't supposed to upset me?
Eve told me that you were strong enough to handle the truth.
The truth? But what are you talking about, the truth, Sheridan? I love you, you love me. We got married, it's a done deal.
No, it's not. Our marriage isn't legal.
She's telling the truth.
Why? Why? Why isn't our marriage legal?
Because I'm already married to someone else.
See daytime.
What's taking you so long, amigo? I finished my half.
Sometimes faster isn't better. Me? Slowly but surely wins the race.
Are we having some kind of contest here?
Are we?
I'm gonna go home and get cleaned up.
Cocky son of a...
Hey.
Hey.
Made you a sandwich. Got your cold beer. You want one?
Thanks, Kay.
Hey, where's Fox?
Oh, he went home to get cleaned up.
Oh, maybe I can catch him, actually.
Wait, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, what is it?
Look, this is gonna come as a surprise, but I need to let you know something.
You sound so serious.
I am. Look, being back in Harmony has meant a lot to me. I know now how selfish I was when I left you and our daughter to play Where in the World is Charity Standish. I guess I just felt trapped.
Yeah, well, that was my fault for pressuring you to be with me and Maria all the time.
It wasn't your fault, Kay. It was me. Our lives changed so much when Maria was born, I had a hard time facing reality. I just guess going after Charity was a way for me to escape what I wasn't ready to accept.
And now?
Now I wonder what I was thinking and how I could have been so selfish. We made a beautiful baby girl. We made a life together, Kay. Maria's proof of what I told you back then. That if it hadn't been for Charity, me and you would have been a couple. It's not that I didn't love you. I did. It just took loving Charity to see that you were right for me, and she isn't.
Miguel, what are you saying?
I'm saying I've realized I'm in love with you.
Good news, Maria. Your mummy and daddy are getting back together. So Endora and I will be safe forever.
Teresa won't come between us anymore, I swear. I love you. I want to be with you. Nothing can tear us apart. Not even Teresa.
She can if she ever proves Mother and I outed you as a Bennett.
You should take a trip. Get out of Harmony. Get away from Noah for a while.
I'd love to, but I have so much work to do.
True. However, have Sketchpad? We'll travel. Go abroad, Fancy. See the sights and let them inspire your clothing designs. And you can use any one of the Crane foreign offices as a base of operation.
Well, Italy is lovely this time of year.
And Italy it is.
Cut to the chase. Tell us what you want us to do.
Your instructions are in there. Now get going.
Where are you sending us?
To Italy.
Sharon, you can't be married to someone else. You love me.
I love my husband, too.
Your husband.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I'm married now, happily married to another man.
Oh, this can't be. I can't believe it.
Believe it, Luis. It's true.
Who is it, Sheridan? Who are you married to?
Chris. Chris is my husband.
Over with Noah, and I'm going to Italy.
I love Maya. I'm going to Italy with her.
Nothing but a lousy son of a bitch.